In this week's Parsha, Parshas Boy, Moshe Rabbeinu famously tells Paroi that Makas Becheres is going to occur Kachatzos halayla, around midnight. Rashi quotes the Gemara in Brachas that says that Hashem told Moshe Bachatzos. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu change it to Kachatzos? Hashem told Moshe that Makas Becheres is going to happen at exactly midnight. But Moshe Rabbeinu said around midnight. So the famous answer is, Rashi says, that he was afraid that the astrologers of Paroi, when calculating when Chatzos would make a mistake. And because they may not know exactly when Chatzos would be, and they would think that Chatzos is at this time, and then let's say Makas Becheres would happen a minute later, they would say, oh, Moshe Rabbeinu is wrong, Moshe Rabbeinu is a liar, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not real, it's not MS, and they would have tainus. Question is, who cares? Who cares if the Mitzrayim have tainus? A minute later, who cares? So what? If a minute later, if Moshe is off by a minute, so what? At the end of the day, these Mitzrayim will be dropping like flies. They'll be dying. Makas Becheres will happen a minute later. So what? At the end of the day, they'll see Moshe was right. That Makas Becheres happened. Okay, it's a minute early, a minute later, who cares? So one answer is the Even Ezra, who says that Koyach HaKedusha is precise, is exact. Koyach HaTumah is not. Koyach HaTumah could be off because it's not true. It's not emes, it's sheker. So if Moshe Rabbeinu would be off by a minute when he told them that it was Chatzos and they thought Chatzos was a different time, then they would say, oh, it's Koyach HaTumah. It's not a Kadosh Baruch Hu. It's not Kedusha. Moshe Rabbeinu is just doing the same thing as us. He's using Koyach HaTumah. And Hashem didn't want that. Hashem didn't want that Mitzrayim should think that Moshe Rabbeinu is using Koyach HaTumah because he wasn't. That's answer number one. The second answer is, I heard many years ago from a friend of mine, Tuli Schwartzmer. I don't know who he said this answer b'shem. It's a beautiful answer. He says that for 1 minute, that people should be in doubt of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's kedai to change the word so that nobody makes a mistake. Even though it's only a minute. But for that whole minute, people will think that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't run the world? Absolutely not. Moshe Rabbeinu therefore changed it to Kachatzos. There's a beautiful story with Chaim Pinchas Scheinberg Zatzal, how he went to get smicha from Reb Baruch Ber. He traveled to his town, and Reb Baruch Ber had a rule that he didn't give smicha to anybody unless they stayed in his town and learned there for 30 days. That was his rule. He wanted to see their midas, he wanted to see their personality, he wanted to see other things about them. He didn't just give smicha to anybody. But however, Reb Chaim Pinchas Scheinberg actually didn't know this rule when he came. So when he came to get smicha, and Reb Baruch Ber said, okay, you have to stay in the town for 30 days. He told him, I didn't know. I have to go back and tell my wife and let her know that I have to stay here for 30 days. She's going to be expecting me back in a few days. So I have to go tell her, and then I'll come back and stay for 30 days. So Reb Baruch Ber thought about it, and the next day, he gave Reb Scheinberg smicha without making him stay the 30 days. He checked around about him, he asked about him, and he gave him the smicha. And everyone asked him, why did you do that? Why did you give him the smicha? Your rule is 30 days. He said, because Reb Chaim Pinchas Scheinberg is going to come home to his wife, and his wife's first question is going to be, no, did he get the smicha? And Reb Scheinberg would answer, no, but I have to go back for 30 days. But for that 1 second that he says no, his wife's face is going to fall and be like, my husband's not a Talmid Chacham, how could he have not gotten the smicha? For that 1 second that his wife's going to think her husband's not a Talmid Chacham, it's kedai for me to give him the smicha, so that when he comes home, his wife will say, no, did you get the smicha? And he'll be able to say, yes, I got the smicha. That is the power of a minute, power of a second, power of not letting somebody think something else that's not true for literally even a second. May we be zeicha to utilize this lesson and use it in our own lives. Have a beautiful Shabbos.